This is Daily Blast Live. We're talking about what you're talking about. Real, honest, entertaining, live. DBL starts right now.
3, 2.
Strong opening.
Yes.
Welcome to Daily Blast Live. It's Tuesday, August 4th. I'm Tori, here with Al in navy blue corduroy.
Yes.
Nice.
Feeling good.
Feel like a professor or
little
like a
autumnal.
Little Gatsby.
Thank
I feel
you.
it. I like it.
I need a pocket watch.
Yeah.
Which I have.
Which you definitely have in a fob, you know. Jeff joins us remotely. Let's see how Jeff is doing. Oh, Man in Black, Johnny Cash. How you doing, buddy?
Feeling good, feeling good. I haven't been on this show for a long time. I'm Jeff, everybody.
Yeah.
As Jeff Schroeder, you usually hosts this show. That's exactly right. I want to get you guys' take on the Bachelor mix-up. So for the first time in Bachelor franchise history, the Bachelorette has bailed mid-season. Yes, good job, Steve Gallagher, our audio guy. Claire Crawley has reportedly left the show after finding love 3 weeks into taping. She will be replaced by Tayshia Adams, who competed for Colton Underwood's heart on The Bachelor. Remember that guy? He jumped the fence.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, Colton. So the show will apparently start with Claire's story and then pivot to Tayshia. But it's unclear whether she will be dating the same guys as Claire or if she gets a whole new crop of men, which sounds very weird to say. And as we told you before, Matt James was selected to be the first Black Bachelor, meaning the very first time in franchise history. Both shows will have Black leads. Thoughts? I know, Al, you watch The Bachelor. You never miss an episode.
I don't.
Right.
I actually want to hear from my man Jeff on this. Is this unprecedented? And from a layperson talking to somebody who has been on these types of shows and thrived on these types of shows, would you have counseled her to go through with it anyway because of the instant celebrity that's waiting at the end of that finish line for her?
Good Lord, you done with your question?
That was a long question. Here's the thing. I would love to see how this season played out with Claire because it is unprecedented, Al. To see someone know at the end of that there is celebrity, but to choose actual love, what the show is supposed to be based on, I would love to see that play out on camera. But as for the other young lady who's going to become Bachelorette, I hope she gets a whole new crop of men because I don't think it would be the same game or fair to her. So I hope she gets a whole new crop, but I would really love to see what they have on tape as of right now for Claire.
Okay, so I totally agree with you. I'm fascinated in that story. And it turns out that before the show, they could talk a little to the contestants because of COVID. And she just got to really bond with one. This is all alleged, of course. And then 3 weeks in, they were just like ready. And apparently they might be engaged even. So it's interesting to see someone pick love over stardom.
Isn't that crazy,
Which
Jeff?
is sad to say.
That's where we are, where somebody's like, "Oh, you're in love. What are you doing?
Yeah,
you're blowing it."
Move on. But you found love and fame, didn't you, Jeff, on a reality show?
I would lean more towards the love part. I don't know how famous I am, but yes, I'm definitely in love. I have a beautiful family now because of a reality show. So listen, it happens. It does happen. And in this case, it seems like it's happening for real, too, on The Bachelor.
Yes, totally. That's awesome. Heart bubbles for everyone, right?
Jeff just kills me every time. It's like, Jeff, you're on a TV show shooting remotely because you're shooting a movie. And Jeff's like, I don't know how famous I am. I mean, it's like, Jeff, you're doing great. All right?
How many times have we three all been out to a restaurant and they're like, Jeff, we want Jeff's picture. And I'm like, here you go.
What? In fairness, they did think I was Tim Tebow at one point.
They did think you were Tim Tebow, and we kind of should have gone with that. All right, moving down to the next story. Ellen, which I've been getting so many responses from you all, is reassuring her staff that the show will go on, despite allegations of misconduct. So according to Us Weekly, Ellen and her top producers held a staff call to address claims of alleged harassment and bullying. Ellen and her team reportedly said some of these allegations were true and some were not, but said things would be different going forward. Meantime, Ellen's wife, Portia de Rossi, showed her solidarity by posting "I stand by Ellen" on Instagram. And Katy Perry...
She literally stands by Ellen, though.
You mean because she's her wife?
Yes.
That's a good one. Very good. Katy Perry came to Ellen's defense, tweeting she only had positive takeaways from her time on the show. I've been waiting for Schroeder to be on this show because he and I used to have lunch together every day in the beginning and watch Ellen. And I know you really love Ellen, and I wanted to know what your thoughts are on all of this.
Listen, if I'm going to speak from a personal experience as well, Tori, I was on the Ellen show as a fan, meaning I was in the audience, and she gave away trips to the whole audience to Australia. Doesn't mean she's a great person, but she wasn't mean to me, you know? So if we're just speaking from personal experience, she was nice to me. But listen, I did say, you know, this could be blown out of proportion, or it can't. For me, a lot of this business is how you work with others. Right. I've gotten where I've gotten in this career because of how I work with others. To be perfectly honest, part of the reason why I'm shooting this movie is because of how I act on set, because I'm not difficult. I'm easy to work with. I'll get the job done. So listen, if this is true, I do feel sad because I am an Ellen fan. So I don't want to hear that about anybody I like. But it is sad, but I think we need to get to the bottom of it.
Yeah, I think, you know, and I spoke out a little bit saying, look, I know interns and pages, and a lot of our friends are interns and pages, and they start off, and there was a lot of disrespect, and it goes all the way up the chain of feeling like I had nowhere to go and that I should have just been lucky and shut up to be on this show. And so I'm glad they're taking it seriously, and I'm glad she's addressing it. I think it should have been done earlier. Al, do you have any comments on that?
Just really quickly, I think that she's going to have to talk to her audience. These people, she's been in everybody's living room for almost 20 years now. It's hard to believe. And, you know, they don't watch Ellen for hardcore news.
No.
They don't watch Ellen. Really, she's not like, you know, a tea spiller like Wendy Williams. They watch Ellen because they like Ellen. And they're questioning that relationship right now. So right now, I don't think she's lost her audience. I think she needs to reassure them that she is the person that they've grown to love over 2 decades.
I disagree with you, and we'll end on that. Would love for you guys to write in. I think she's lost the audience. I do. I think she's lost the trust, and that's gold. You can't buy that. But would love to hear your opinion. Kind of controversial, I went.
Yeah, no, you can actually buy trust as well.
Tori, let me ask you real quickly, Tori, how do you feel about all the good that she's done for other people in the world as opposed to treating, is there any sort of measurement there, or is it just absolutely not? Because she has done a lot of good for people.
She made me go into stand-up. I totally agree. She's given thousands, if not millions, away to people, and she's given hope. I know people that watch every day because they love her, but anyone can give those checks away, and anyone can be on there. If you're rude and you're unaware of abuse going on in your business, I'm going to call you out. If you're a CEO or if you're Ellen DeGeneres.
Yeah, I'm with you there. I'm with you there.
Wow. Went kind of hardcore today.
You did.
All right, a longtime actor on The Simpsons is weighing in on whether white actors should voice non-white characters. So Harry Shearer voices many of the characters in the show, including Mr. Burns, Ned Flanders, and Dr. Hibbert, who's one of my favorite characters, who is black. But the actor told Times Radio that he disagrees with the show's decision to no longer have white actors voice non-white characters. So take a listen.
I think there's a conflation between representation, which is important. People from all backgrounds should be represented in the writing and producing ends of the business. The job is playing the part of someone you're not. I'm not a rich nuclear plant owner. I'm not a Bible-believing Christian who lives next door to Homer. I'm not any of those people.
So this follows, of course, Hank Azaria, as you all know, playing Apu, and he felt very uncomfortable about that and not being an Indian actor himself, and they sort of phased him out of that. Jenny Slate, Kristen Bell, all famous actresses that have now said they won't be playing characters of color. I gotta be honest, I don't know how I feel about this because I'm kind of confused here. I thought they were kind of acting. Jeff, how do you feel about that?
Well, you know, it's commendable, especially in the time that we live in, to step down, but it's also opportunity, right? There's other people who have one job, and if their character is to play someone that isn't of their race or ethnicity, that's their only source of income, right? So they don't have the opportunity to step away. It's commendable for Kristen Bell and Hank Azaria. They never have to work again a day in their life. But to take someone out of their job right now, this is where I think maybe I'm confused too, Tori. If you were to replace me on Daily Blast Live with someone of color or another woman or an ethnicity, now I'm losing my job because of my color of my skin. So that's kind of reverse racism, but I don't think that's where we're going here. I think we're just trying to set the record straight, and moving forward, let's give these people who deserve these jobs of that color or ethnicity. I agree with that part.
Yeah, and I guess my question is, can a black person now not play a white person if it's a character in a TV cartoon, Al?
And
you know
see,
what I'm saying?
those are the muddy waters you don't want to get into. And Jeff, you know this as a football fan, and I promise I will not scare our producers by thinking I'm going to make a football analogy, but I am for a second. There's a rule called the Rooney Rule, in which every team that has an open head coaching position has to at least interview a person of color. The head coaches of color have taken issue with this because they say, I don't want to be a victim of tokenism. After talking with a friend about this weekend, he had a brilliant suggestion of hiring black assistants, because a lot of times people hire from within the company. Usually when you're going out to get an actor or an actress, you already have people in place. The casting's already in place. What we should have is people that cast these people that are people of color.
Making the decisions.
Yes, and things like that. So you start from within, you hire from within, you have more black interns that will then, or Asian or trans, whatever, that will work their way up. So in 10 years, they're making a lot of these decisions. In 5 years, they're making a lot of decisions. So you have more people with more diverse perspectives in the room when you're making these hiring decisions. I don't know if retroactively going back and trying to fix it is going to work.
Yeah, I just think you could do colorblind voice testing as well. Maybe that could help. Jeff, stick around. Coming up on DBL, Celebrity Love Confessions. Tiffany Haddish finally comes clean about her relationship with Common. I'm here for it. But who else has found real love? And a reminder that here at DBL, we're committed to helping get COVID under control. That's why the majority of our staff are working from home. We miss y'all. It's not just that no one wants to be here. You know what I mean?
I want to be here.
I do too.
Knock, knock.
While some celebrity relationships are not surviving the pandemic, two stars are confessing to finding love.
Is it me?
No, it's not.
Is it me now?
No, it's not. Tiffany Haddish confirmed she is in fact dating rapper Common. I've been waiting for this confirmation. She spoke on Steve-O's Wild Ride podcast, saying it's the best relationship she's ever been in. Take a look.
Like, I've lost 20 pounds since I've been in this relationship. I feel more confident in me. And it's not him that's doing it, but it's
You're just
like,
happier.
I guess.
Stable.
Yeah, way happier. And it's like knowing that I got somebody that cares about me, that really has my back.
Although the lovers met on the set of the movie, they are now promoting the dating app Bumble together and supporting others to find love. You know Tiffany.
I do. I know Tiffany, and I used to tour with Steve-O.
How crazy
He's
is
a
this
good friend of mine. Yeah, Steve was really cool. I'm glad he's obviously been clean for a long time and been a big advocate in that community. He's doing great. Tiffany's clearly doing well.
Right?
Yes, I remember telling her at the bottom of a driveway, we were at this party in LA, and she had just filmed her first movie, and it wasn't Girls Trip yet. Girls Trip wasn't coming for a while. And I was like, Tiffany, you know you're about to be super famous. She's like, shut up, Al. I'm about to be famous. What are you talking about? And we just stood there and talked, and that summer, you just that's the thing with stand-up. It's like you'll just see some of your friends get beamed up into,
right?
Yeah, you're like, wow.
It's like they get beamed up.
Yes, but good on her. She seems like she speaks for a lot of people. When you find the right person, they always say it just feels right and you feel like the best version of yourself.
Totally agree.
Jeff knows something about that with his wonderful wife.
That's right, Jeff. Just nod because we don't have time for anything else. What a cutie. All right. Oh, we do have time. Okay.
I just want to say something really quickly.
Go ahead.
Oh, we do have time?
Yes. She's just cutting the segment.
No, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Wow.
No,
I know, I heard
wasn't
a
doing-
minute, and Tori's like, Jeff, it's your turn to talk. Don't talk.
I thought it was 10 seconds. Apologies all. Go ahead, Jeffrey. You have the floor.
Well, the point I was going to make, it was about men. Tiffany's like, I've lost weight. I feel so good. But it's not about Common. It's just me. Come on, give your man a little credit. What's wrong with that?
That's a fair point. I will say Common songs, and I've listened to Common songs, they always talk about the woman being the queen and being equal.
If
and
you
it's
could name
so
one
sexy.
Common song, I will quit this show right now.
Okay, fine. Ready?
Yes.
3, 2, 1. Equality.
That is not a song.
Glory.
That's not a song. She's just naming things. That's not, no. No.
I do love this one song. I don't know the name of it, but he mentions the Queen, and I think that guy, and this was a long time ago, I thought, how sexy
So
is
what
that?
you're telling our audience that's taking their time out to watch this show is Common had a song a long time ago where he mentions the word queen. That's what they're supposed to walk from this segment with.
Yeah.
Okay. I love you so much.
Coming up on DBL, Jeff Foxworthy's got a new show all about discovering rare treasures inside your home. It looks like a great concept. He's telling me all about this feel-good escape coming up next.
So what are you? This was
Welcome back to DBL. Jeff Foxworthy has made us laugh for decades, but now he's trying to make you rich. His new show goes into the homes of ordinary people with extraordinary items, only to find out they're sitting on a gold mine. I caught up with Jeff earlier in a very funny Today's Chatting with the Stars. The legendary Jeff Foxworthy, thank you for talking to DBL. Most of us are spending our extra time watching TV while you actually made a TV show. So besides staying busy, you also shaved your stash. I'm so interested in this. In the first time in 40 years, what was that reaction like for everybody? How did your face feel?
My wife and I have been together 36 years, and she had never seen me without it. So when the pandemic hit and they started canceling shows, I thought now's the perfect time to do it. My wife, who's never seen me without it, looked at me and went, "Oh, wow, grow it back." So I literally shaved it one time and I started growing it back. And now I know it takes about 2.5 weeks to grow it back. You know, as far as the show, we had actually last fall, we had planned to do this show with a live audience this summer. And then the pandemic hit, and we were like, well, you can't do a live audience. And so we started talking about it. We were like, could you go in somebody's home virtually? Could they take their phone and walk us down the hall and let us meet the dog and, you know, open the sock drawer and pull out this weird thing? And that made it fun to me.
As a collector, I am so excited because some people could be sitting on a gold mine and not even know it.
These people had things that they were hoping might be worth $50, and they were worth thousands or tens of thousands. In one case, somebody had something sitting there in their home that was worth $500,000.
So your new show to me is a little bit like Virtual Antique Roadshow meets like Jeff Foxworthy at a dive bar. Like it's just so much more relaxed version of that. Are you a collector yourself?
I look for artifacts all over the country. Probably the weirdest collection, you can see a few of them there, is I collect signed baseballs, but not by baseball players. Like being a comic, I have baseballs signed by Bob Hope, Johnny Carson, Richard Pryor, you know, George Carlin. I have balls signed by 5 presidents. But when people come in to look at them, they're expecting a baseball player, and they're like, whoa, whoa, who did Bill Clinton play for? I didn't know Bill Clinton played baseball. So, yeah, it's kind of fun.
All right, can you give us a sneak peek into the most craziest or most expensive? Was that $500,000 one? Was that the most expensive one you guys will see on the show? That's crazy.
$500,000 is the most expensive that we've found so far. As far as crazy, one couple, they had the newspaper announcing Lincoln's assassination.
Whoa.
I mean, this old newspaper. But as we're talking to them about it, I'm looking over their shoulder, and on the wall behind them, there's a 2-headed calf that's been mounted by a taxidermist. And I'm like, I'm not even interested in the newspaper anymore. I'm like, where do you get a 2-headed calf?
I've been really excited to see the show. This seems like a binge-worthy sit-down. 7 episodes later, I'm like, I could get a 2-headed calf. Like, that's my type of show. I did comedy in LA. I'm not at all a road comic, but I wanted to know how you felt the comedy world fitting into this situation. It's super different. How do you feel it can kind of work through this whole coronavirus pandemic?
Part of the job as a comic, we're truth tellers. Even if the news doesn't tell the truth, comics hold things up and go, why is this like this? Why do we say this? Why do we do this? I think we've lost the ability to laugh at ourselves because here's the truth. Everybody's a mess. Everybody has made mistakes. I remind myself, everybody I'm going to be looking at is going through a struggle. It might be financial, might be physical, might be emotional. Have grace with people. You don't know what they're dealing with. I don't think that laughter makes the struggle go away, but I do think laughter is kind of like the release valve that keeps the boiler from exploding. Let's just be kind to each other. That's a much better way to live.
What's It Worth premieres August 4th on A&E. I'll be super duper binging it. It's been a real pleasure talking to you. Thanks again. We'll be right back.
Promotional
DBL, we all know 7 to 8 hours of sleep is crucial, but it's not always easy. We totally get you. So we're talking about the best ways to function on limited sleep in today's Rise and Thrive, sponsored by SoClean. So first off, just try a 20-minute power nap to reset your brain and spark some energy. If you can't take a nap, though, strategize which tasks you can do. Avoid the ones that require creativity and innovation. And if you're really struggling at night, try sleeping apart from your partner. Your partner's troublesome sleeping for annoying bed habits can negatively impact your sleep and increase the stress hormone cortisol. When it comes to your sleep, for more ways to rest easy, go to SoClean.com or call 1-800-679-4182.
My tips: walk after dinner and have a sleep ritual. I sprayed my pillow with this good smelling lavender and drift off.
You are a different man from when I first met you, sir. DBL's new every day. We'll be back tomorrow. Same time, same place. Bye, guys.